again at the post office this early fine morning, and got me a mail call. This one's going to lead into making a cheek riser. Somebody named Kyle, or you better know him as Kyle on Discord, has talked me into doing things a little different. I was going to whittle a cheek riser for that new Savage Mark II rifle, 22 rifle, but he talked me into using something else. All right, when we get back to the shop in a minute, I'll elaborate. This will be fun. Okay, we're home now in the shop, and let's see what Kyle, I said his name wrong earlier at the post office. His given name is Kyle, but on Discord with us, he's Kyer, K-Y-E-R. And thank you, Kyle. I appreciate what you sent. Now I'll explain what it is and what we're going to do with it. Okay, he sent me some double-sided tape. We're making a cheek riser that straddles the rifle comb of that new Mark II I got, or am getting, haven't got it yet. And he figured this would be helpful in placing it and making it stay stuck to where it's going to be. It's going to be like these ones you can buy anywhere you want, the kind that have slots on the side, and they either strap on the stock or they screw directly into the stock. This one we're making is going to screw into the stock. And but the thing I didn't like about them, and the reason I didn't get one, is they have a high rounded top to the comb, and I'm used to getting a rifle comb to click in right here underneath my cheekbone. It's very sensitive through there if you use that principle, rather than having a big round thing against your face. If you got something that slides in and indexes against that, then your eye is always perfectly in alignment with those sights. And part of what I have discovered here about, all right, now you guys don't run into this tripod, okay? Be good. The boys just came around. What was I saying? Oh, about that cheek riser. I've discovered that since you can see that has I'm holding it level, and you see that drop in the comb, if your cheek on here is more forward, then you're looking higher across these iron sights. If your cheek is down on it, you know, and you've got it indexed as best you can up against your cheekbone, but if it's further back, now your eye line of sight, your eyesight is lower in comparison to how you have these sights lined up. And so that'll make that front sight either down farther and you shooting low, or if you're further back on the comb, then the rifle's tilted up a little bit. And I discovered that trying to shoot this 22 challenge. At 50 yards, almost an imperceptible amount of deviation in your line of sight can give you, well, just the last target I was working with, but you can see this disbursement in elevation. There's no excuse for that other than what I was explaining. And so, like even right here, I start to get a little group going, and then all of a sudden, let's see, if it's low, that means I'm too far up on the stock here and here, and then if it gets high, that means I'm back and I'm raising that front post to get level with the rear blade V-notch. And so my elevation's been all over the place. It's been really frustrating. So that's how I came up with using this little bead here because when it's indexed properly and my face is in the right position here, distance from that rear sight, I feel that little bead right here, and it becomes a real sensitive point on my face. So first thing I'll do when I get down to shoot is I'll locate that sensitive point, and then I'll rest my cheek. And so that's helped a lot, but I still have a big spread in the vertical disbursement of my shots. So that's one of the reasons this 22 challenge has bit me in the butt. So that's why I ordered that Mark II FVT. It's a peep sight system on a bull barrel 22 bolt gun. Looks like it may be a pretty good gun. It's a middle of the road. It's not a Ritchie bench shooter's choice, but it's one of the good choices of 22s out there for us guys that enjoy trying to get small groups. I enjoy that. Anyway, so he sent me the double-sided tape to do that, and he sent me a couple sheets of this Kydex. Now this is that stuff that those other cheek risers are made out of, the ones I was just telling you about. And you can shape this stuff. Couple sheets. It looks like I got 4. I got 2 packages. This is really neat stuff. You can, my nose is running. It's got a slick side. Got a side here, it looks like carbon graphite or something. But anyway, with a heat gun, I can shape this stuff to round to fit my stock. But what's better than that is I can put a profile on the top of that this new cheek riser that will be narrow, have a sharp curved edge, not sharp, but a real tight curved edge that I can index against here. And then of course I can make this so that when it goes on the rifle, even though I have a drop comb, I can make the top of this level. So now it won't be quite as important. Damn, what's the matter with me? It won't be quite as important of me being on the right spot of the rise of the comb and changing my elevation, as much as now I'm going to be looking through a peep. And so the distance that I am from it is just like the focal point back here on your eye looking through a piece of glass, a scope. So when I get up there and get set on it, and I've got that just right with the front post or the front globe sight, then that'll automatically take care of itself. All this is yet to be determined. We're going to do a build on this, and I'm going to show you how I make the mold that's going to pattern how this gets bent, and hopefully we'll get it in the first shot, and or in the first try. I've got several tries here to do it with, but I've been mulling on it quite a bit, and I think I can build a kind of a mold setup where I can bend this thing in 2 or 3 different shots with the heat gun and get just exactly the profile I want on top. So that's it. That's the end of this mail call. And Kyle, thank you, partner. I owe you big time. He wouldn't take, you know, me reimbursing him for the postage. He spent $16 to get that box here, and he wouldn't let me reimburse for anything in here. But you guys know I send a lot of stuff out to guys too. Eventually there'll be something he needs, I'll have it and I'll send it. Kyle, thank you, partner. Stay tuned for the rest of this. It's going to be fun.